Hey, what is up guys? It's Bundy here, YouTube's busiest movie nerd. Anyways guys, last night I finally saw Mav's SML movie. I got to see the movie a little early since I donated to Mav Dominus's Patreon, and some of my friends donated as well, so they got to see it early too. And also, since we donated to his Patreon, we were credited as exclusive producers on the movie. So it's pretty cool that our names are in this movie. Don't make fun of us. Anyways guys, so I saw the movie last night and I have to say, it's pretty good. Now, there are some flaws I do have with this movie, there are some complaints, but I'll get into that in a second. Right now, I want to talk about the cons with this movie, where this movie succeeds. Then later I'll talk about the things I dislike about the movie. And also, this review will contain spoilers, so if you haven't seen the movie for yourself, I'll leave a link in the description to the movie, so go check that out. Seriously, it's pretty good. Anyways, let's begin the review. So I talked about in my other videos that I hope this movie captures the charm and feel of an early SML video, and I have said in my other videos that it did in the clips. Going into this, I was hoping that it will still have that charm like it did in the clips, and it did. This movie is definitely for the early SML fans, or at least the fans that grew up during like the Junior and Shep Pee era, and plus where the old characters were still around. It's specifically for those fans. So if you're a newer fan of SML and you grew up with like the new house videos or the apartment videos, you probably wouldn't like this, but who knows? So yeah, this movie manages to capture the feel of an SML video despite it being low budget and only having one person controlling the puppets. I mean, occasionally there will be another person controlling the puppets as well. Now, as for the SML comedy, this movie manages to capture the comedy as well, because there are some funny moments in this movie, especially the scene with Shrek. That scene was so fucking funny. So let me talk about the plot for a bit. So we all know the plot is about the SML characters having to protect Shep Pee from the Transformer characters. I'm sorry, I don't watch Transformers, but they have to protect Shep Pee because he's the last of his royal family. And like I said, this is good continuity-wise. And also, speaking of continuity, there's a lot of callbacks and footage from other SML videos, and that's really good. This is definitely a tribute to the old SML videos. So yeah, the story is pretty good, and another thing I want to mention is character development. Now, I never thought this would be in this movie. So throughout the movie, Junior, he acts like a dick to Shep Pee, and Black Yoshi acts like a dick to Mario. But then later in the movie, when they have near-death experiences, they realize that they should become a better person. And that's where this movie succeeds. There's character development. Junior ends up respecting Shep Pee, and Black Yoshi ends up being nicer to Mario. That's what I love about this movie, and that's something that Logan, I don't think he ever did that in his videos. Maybe he have done that in like the earlier videos. I'm talking like the early 2010s videos and the late 2000s videos. And usually in like a 2014 SML video, the characters don't really have any development. Maybe a little bit, but they usually stay the same. But in this movie, they get character development. And that's what I love about this movie, and that's something Logan never did with his videos. And also, I mentioned in my other videos about this movie that I was hoping that these SML characters will experience new environments, and they do, but they're only there for a couple of minutes, but they spend a good amount of time in those environments, so it's really good that Mav Dominus used some of the money to go to these locations. So that's pretty cool, because we don't see the SML characters in different locations all that much. Usually they're in the house, or usually, there'll be some scenes where they're at like different stores or whatever, but they won't last for long. But it's pretty cool to see these characters in different environments for a long period of time. And also, let me talk about the voice acting. So my favorite voice actor in this movie is definitely Woody and Daphne, or Daniel. He did a phenomenal job at Black Yoshi and Shrek. Seriously, like, he could replace Lance. Like, he's definitely my favorite voice actor in this movie. As for the other voice actors, the other ones did a pretty good job, but the only voice actor I didn't really like was the person that voiced Mario. Now, no offense to this voice actor. I know he put a lot of effort into this, but this seems like a totally different Mario. It seems like he couldn't try to get like Logan's voice right. He kind of does his own thing, but like I said, it just doesn't really feel like the SML Mario. But I'm pretty sure the voice actors still put a lot of effort into it, but that's the only like voice acting I didn't like. So since I talked about the pros with this movie, let's talk about some of the cons. A con I want to talk about is the lip syncing, or the dubbing, or whatever you want to call it. Sometimes when the characters are talking, usually the words wouldn't match the mouth, or sometimes like the characters would just stop talking, but the voice acting will still be going. You guys know what I mean. This movie has a problem with that. I mean, it's not too bad, but it's something that can be a little annoying at sometimes. And also, another con I do have with this movie, it's a little short. Now, don't get me wrong, guys. I'm happy this is a 1 hour movie, but it just feels a little short, you know, and it also feels a little bit rushed because of how short it is. You know, I mean, the Mav Dominus movie was longer than this, but I'm still happy we get to see an hour-long SML video. You know, that's something that Logan doesn't really put out. I don't think Logan ever made, like, an hour-long SML video. I don't think he did that. And one more con I want to mention is the editing. Sometimes the editing can be a little choppy here and there, but it's not really that bad, you know? It's not really something that's really noticeable. So yeah, that was my review of Mav Dominus's SML movie. Now, despite some of the problems I have with this movie, I enjoyed it. It's a pretty good film, and I do recommend checking it out. And also, I think Logan announced, I just saw a video about this, he announced that he's going to be making the movie in Thanksgiving of 2022, which I highly doubt. And honestly, we don't need Logan's movie anymore. We have this movie. This is basically the big finale to, like, the plush era of, like, you know, SML. And I have to say, I'm really happy that Mav Dominus made this movie, because this is the finale that old fans have been waiting for. And also, I want to mention, I was hoping that this movie will start a new era in the plush community, or the SML community, that older fans will start making their own content. I mean, I tried to do that myself, but I just got caught up with other projects because I'm kind of done with SML. Maybe one day I'll make like an SML parody or something, I don't know. But yeah, I was hoping that this movie can start up a new era with other people, you know, where other people make their own SML parody type content and continue the series. But too many older fans already moved on from SML, and a lot of them grew up, so I don't think that's going to happen. So anyways, guys, that was my review. Hope you guys enjoyed, and definitely check out the movie. And I'll see you guys later.